In this video, we're going to expand on the subject of conditions that we started in Excel, but the emphasis will be more in the nature of what you're going to need to use in programming. Why are conditions important? Well, they are used to change the flow of a program. Now, computers appear to be intelligent and smart because they can do these things. It's the if statement which uses the condition that changes the flow, and that's what makes the programs appear powerful and in fact makes them powerful. For example, those of you who have worked in this country and were hourly workers, you knew that if you worked more than 40 hours, you were entitled to time and a half. Well, the program would have to check, did this employee work more than 40 hours? If that's the case, then I've got to go to a different calculation routine than if they worked 40 hours or less. Another example would be the fireworks graphic at the end of Solitaire. It's going to keep showing as long as the user hasn't clicked on anything to exit from the program. In the first example, you probably would use an if statement to determine the 40-hour breaking point. For the fireworks, you would keep generating them, probably using a while or an until. Both of these, however, require a condition after them. The condition has three parts: subject, operator, object. We'll take a look at the 6 operators first. Equal is one. In some languages, the word is spelled out, equal. Less than, greater than. These likewise could be spelled out. Less than or equal. Notice that we cannot start with the equal sign first. We have to have the less than. Greater than or equal. Less than or greater than, which is really the same as not equal. Think about it for a minute. If you have the number 10, if something is less than 10 or greater than 10, then it's not equal to 10. Some examples. If we have a variable named age and it contains some number, we could ask if it's equal to 16. Now, what if age contains 15? Is this condition true or false? Well, the way you should ask yourself these, say 15 equals 16, true or false? Well, it's false. How about age less than 21? What if age contains 22? 22 less than 21. Nope, that's false. But what if age contains 21? You would ask yourself, 21 less than 21? No, so that would also be false. Age greater than 65. Age less than or equal to 16. Okay, suppose age contains 17. 17 less than or equal to 16? False. What if age contains 16? Is 16 less than or equal to 16? That's true. 15 is less than or equal to 16. That's true. Age greater than or equal to 21. We could do the same type of figuring. Age not equal to 50. What if age contains 49? Well, that would be true because you could say 49 is less than or greater than 50. What about if it contains 50? The condition would be false, because if you would say 50 less than or equal to 50, 50 less than or greater than 50? Nope. So it would be false. Trust me, it's not this easy in real life. I believe this is my 4th recording of this session because I managed to mess up something every time. So it's worth your while to think it through slowly, double check it, etc. Let's go on. We do have some exceptions that you need to be aware of. I mentioned one earlier that in some languages they might spell out the word equal for equal instead of using the equal sign. Same with greater than and less than. We have a couple that you need to be aware of for your next course. Equal in C++ and Java is not the equal sign as it will be in Visual Basic. In fact, the equal sign, the single equal sign in C++ and Java is what they call an assignment, and it makes the item on the left side of the equal sign contain what's on the right side, even if it's in an if statement. When you have a condition with an if statement in Java, you have to use two equal signs. Trust me, this is a test question about every exam. Somehow it's buried in there. Similarly, not equal is not that symbol. Instead, it's the exclamation point equal sign. Okay? Those of you who've had those courses, if you attempt to use those in Visual Basic, it's not going to work. You are responsible for using the notation that's appropriate for the language you're working with. Some additional points. The subject is generally a memory item. It could be a memory variable you've set up, or it could be an item off of the form when we get into Visual Basic. It looks like it's on the screen, but remember, anything you see on the screen is actually in memory. Therefore, you would not code something like 21 less than age. The correct way to code that would be age greater than or equal to 21. Please don't get cute and try this out. If the compiler doesn't yell at you, the teacher will. We don't think that way. It gets too hard to figure it out. Age has got 15 as 21 less than... you just don't think of it in that terms. The subject and the object must be the same type. Generally speaking, they need to both be numbers. Now, you can have a number that's an integer and a number with a decimal positions, and you can safely compare those two because they're both numbers. Other rules might apply, especially in C++ and Java, but in Visual Basic, as long as they're numbers of any kind, you can compare them, or if they're both character type fields. Now, the object can be a memory item, just like the subject. It can be a constant, the 21, age greater than or equal to 21. That's an example of a constant. Or it can be a mathematical expression. We will see examples of these in the next video. And in truth, the subject can also be a mathematical expression. I could say legal age minus 1. That would be a mathematical expression. In the next video, we will see some additional examples, so come back and see us then.